Check. Is this thing on? Can you hear me?
Sit in the front seat so I can get a picture of it.
Right here, right here? Yeah. All right. Well, I got two mics now.
I'll take the other mic.
Yo, we're gonna do Buddha tonight, also.
Sick.
Yeah. Take it back Tuesday.
All right, I'll tell you about that little routine in a second here. And yes, me and Hill made that one together.
A lot of work goes into those sets.
Yeah, a lot of hours of editing and like going back and re-editing and adjusting levels, and hopefully it was compressed so it didn't sound all fucking up and down.
It definitely sounded good. So talk to me
Appreciate
about
that.
what
Thank
you're
you.
doing in New York besides coming to the Function House and blessing us with that set.
New York, man, I love it out here. I came out here like 3 weeks ago for the what was it, 3-style, and I stayed for like a week, and I was like, man, I really love this place. And I knew I wanted to come back for the Goldie Awards, so I just bought another ticket. I was like, fuck it. I'm going to overstay my welcome at Hill's house. I've been there for like 6 days. I think he's had about enough.
So the club scene is totally different now in New York opposed to Cali. So let's talk about that a little bit.
Is it? You tell me.
No, you tell me.
Well, I haven't really gone on to any.
How about the sets here in New York? How about the hours sets, the long
hours
sets?
are crazy. Like, it's kind of like Vegas, you know, because this city never sleeps, and that's the first thing I noticed. So you got to be able to rock for hella long or have hella homies that are down to throw down. But I'm curious, in San Francisco, all the clubs got purchased by like developers, and they just built apartments. And I kind of feel like someone told me there's not a lot of clubs in New York anymore, like clubs, like bars versus clubs. Is the same thing happening here? Or?
Well, yeah. There's a lot of building going on in New York, and rents are just too expensive for nightclubs. Yeah, for club owners. I mean, that's why they had to push to different clientele and stuff like that. A lot of the scene has moved to Brooklyn. I feel like there's a lot of places that are opening up in Brooklyn.
I love Brooklyn.
Yeah, Brooklyn's dope. So what do you prefer? You prefer the club scene or the bar scene?
Personally, well, I don't know if I should say this because I'm trying to get booked in both. I like clubs. I think you get away with a lot more at bars. So I like being able to be super more open format.
Yeah.
With that, I didn't really show a lot of that today, but
yeah, it's tough to be open format in clubs in Manhattan.
Yeah.
Well, now it is. Yeah. I feel like you get away with a lot more in like the smaller venues, like the bar scene.
Love the bar scene.
Yeah.
Plus, I really love this thing you guys got going on where you buy a beer and you get a whole entire pizza with it.
Really? How much is the beer?
Hill, how much is the beer at Alligator?
Beer shot combo is
$6.
$6.
Not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Not mad at that. So I love pizza, and I swear I've had like probably 5 pies since I got here.
Yeah. What's your favorite food when you're in New York?
Oh man, pizza.
Yeah. Which
Yeah,
one?
I mean, easy, man. What's your favorite?
I like Table 87.
Okay, I'm gonna try that.
I
out.
like Lucali. Lucali is on. Whoa. Yeah, Lucali is on. It's a neighborhood place. It's really good brick oven pizza.
Okay, how about you?
Joe's of Bleecker Street.
Joe's is really good. Joe's is
Actually,
one of my top.
Joe's of Bleecker, and there's a hidden. Well, it's not hidden, but there's a place in Howard Beach called New Park Pizza.
Okay.
It's
You guys are
like
putting me on game right
it's
now.
neck and neck with Joe's for like the best regular slice, in my opinion.
Okay, so I found this fancy slice. Shout out to Dylan, Dilemma. I call him Dylan.
Yeah.
He took me out before Fat Buddha, which we also have tonight. What's tonight's plug at? Take It Back Tuesday at Fat Buddha.
Plug.
But around the corner, there's this spot, Little Frankie's.
Little Frankie's. Yeah, of course.
They got good pizza.
Oh, he said it like they didn't have good pizza.
No, Little
No,
Frankie's
they
is
have
good.
good pizza.
So they had the best pizza I had in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, there's a-
It's a little bougie.
No, it's good. It's good. There's a lot of good pizza in New York. That's the problem. There's a lot of places, a lot of small little places you
Yeah.
can go to and have great pizza.
I want to say like probably over the last 10 years, like the pizza restaurants and like the sort of bougie pizza places have like quadrupled.
Yeah, there's Roberta's in Williamsburg also. It's
You know.
phenomenal. Yeah.
But Frankie's doesn't just have good pizza; they got good regular food too.
Okay, I had the salmon also. That was so good. And then they were hyping up the pasta over there, and I haven't had it yet. And I
Yeah.
said I was going to do it before I leave. So I got to do it before I leave.
Yeah, definitely check it out.
As you guys can tell, I need to eat a little bit. So, like,
Well, just keep eating pizza.
yeah, I'm going to need a list from you guys before I go. Like,
Yeah,
swear to
I'll
God,
text
I
it
need
to
a
you.
fat list.
Yeah, definitely.
So you rented how many battles last year?
Oh, you know what? I actually stopped battling a lot.
Really?
I think I did a couple, maybe like 2 or 3.
But over some time, you've been in
I've
a
done
lot
probably
of them.
20 to 30, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
I've lost pretty much half of those, and I think that's part of like being a battle DJ. You just need to lose. You need to
Yeah.
learn how to lose. I've seen some sour losers over my time, and it's just bad. It's a bad look for yourself. It's just not fun for anyone.
What did you think of the Goldie Awards?
I think the Goldie Awards were amazing.
Yeah.
Did you attend?
What?
Did you go?
Yeah. That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
Do you feel like asking me any specific questions?
No.
Oh,
Anything
where's
you
the
want?
fun,
Anything you want to
man?
light on? Anything you want to touch on?
Oh God! Now I gotta be the one that brings it up.
Do you think the decision was made right at the end?
What do you think?
I think so.
You watched the entire thing?
Yeah. I watched the end.
Okay.
I watched it, and I'm actually happy that the judges didn't give it to the kid because he was 11 years old.
Yeah. You know what? Me too. And I.
Because age does play a major factor, and like everyone wants the young kid to win, but at the end of the day, you know, they gave it to the better. I think he performed better. Maybe he might not be an overall better DJ than the 11-year-old kid. I forgot his name.
Brandon Duke, the DJ.
Duke, the DJ, yeah.
Shout out to Brandon Duke.
But they gave
The DJ?
that night. I think the other kid showed up and
Yuto,
did his
Yuto
thing.
deserved it.
Yeah.
Yuto really deserved
Yeah,
it.
Yuto, right? Yuto?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, Yuto.
Does he even speak English, Yuto?
I don't know. I haven't
No,
talked to
because
him.
I think because when I seen the way he was just waiting for like the trophy to be handed, and he like after they handed the trophy, that's when he really knew he won.
Damn it, dude! How do I speak without sounding like a total fucking hater? I'm not hating. I'm just saying like it was interesting watching from the crowd because he had to have known he won, right? Unless he really didn't speak.
Yeah,
like,
I
hardly a lick of
thought.
English.
Yeah, I thought he didn't speak English because at the
Maybe
end
that's what it was. Maybe that's why it
it
took
was a
him
language. There was a language barrier there because he didn't know he won until he was handed a trophy.
Yeah, it
and then
was
he was
kind
like,
of
yes.
that's
Yeah.
what you meant.
Yeah.
I felt the same way, but I was like thinking he was trying to pretend like he didn't know he was a winner.
Yeah, no.
But it was probably definitely
Probably
the
a language barrier. Yeah.
Okay. I dodged that bullet.
What else?
Hold on. Going back to that battle. I disagreed with the finalists personally. So did you. So did like everyone that was there. All right, most of the people there, except for the judges. And I had a talk with one of the judges who remain nameless because I don't want to put them on blast. But I asked them, and I really believe in their judgment, why it wasn't K-Swizz versus Yuto, because it really seemed like those two were a perfect fit for the last battle. And he said it was the energy of Brandon Duke, and I get that. But I had to really hear it from him because I think a lot of us in the room really would have wanted to see K-Swizz versus.
But it was probably also the marketing behind
Oh, yeah.
him being an 11-year-old kid and that.
Well, not just the market. I think in general, everyone wants to see a young kid win. You know, like it would be great to see that kid win that battle. You know, he's 11 years old to take the battle. Even the judges at some point, but at the end, it was very obvious. And like me watching it, it was very obvious that Yuto did a better job at the ending. Not to say that Brandon's not a great DJ or a better DJ than him different days, but at that moment, at that battle, I think Yuto handled it the right way.
Like if there was an 80-year-old guy there that was ripping it up on the turntables,
That's gonna be me, dude. That's gonna be me.
would want to see that guy on the turntables because he would like when they take a basketball player and they put makeup on him, they make him look like 80 years old, and he's wrecking the court dunking and shit.
Yeah, everyone wants
like
to see
everybody
Like that one
grabbing.
basketball movie?
Yeah, there was like some video they shot where they dressed up. I forget which it was a famous basketball player. Yeah. And he went out and he was like wrecking shop on the court. I mean, like people like to see shit like that.
That's gonna be me, dude.
Maybe that'll be the next DJ battle. We'll dress somebody up as we'll dress Vitale up as an 80-year-old DJ.
Oh, I didn't think
And
about
with
that.
a walker, and they'll put it to the side. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I'm going. Let me
it won't
know.
be that hard to dress me up as an old man. Let's talk about trying to make it as a DJ. How hard is it nowadays to make it as a DJ?
I think it's very clicky. Anywhere. It's interesting. You'll hear a lot of DJs say this, but it's a lot easier to get booked out of town than it is at your hometown, unless you're like a super hometown hero that's been like burying his balls deep into the game. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to say any names, but it's a trip, man. I've been trying to make it for a minute. And I still feel like I have a shit ton of growing to do as a DJ, like tons. And I'm not afraid to admit it. And I'm ready, hungry, and I want to. I go out and watch and learn and take notes. Like I watched this guy play at Soul Oz, and the way he works that room and that crowd is like, whoa! I would have never thought about playing that track.
Right.
Yeah.
I got a heated question for you.
Yes, I like those.
Would you recommend somebody to become a DJ if they weren't a DJ and they were thinking about becoming a DJ?
Of course.
You would tell them to do it.
Always, yeah, always. Because you never know who's going to be really fucking dope. Or who's going to get the most excitement out of it. Like, this isn't my game. This isn't my own thing. It isn't your thing or his thing. It's everyone's thing, If I want to go skydiving and someone said, no, you can't do it, I'd be like, nah, fuck you.
Yeah, I think a lot of DJs don't know how much time it takes to take it to the level that you took it to. Like that, those routines that everyone sees that and says, hey, I want to do that. I want to start DJing. But then when it really gets into it and building routines like that, it's really, really tough and discouraging.
That's why it blows my mind when I see kids like Brandon Duke, the DJ, and K-Swizz, and all the other kids that are just only been DJing a few years that are like writing these same kinds of routines and wrecking it.
Yeah.
That's kind of scary.
Well, it's actually easier for a child to pick up.
Yeah, the way the brain works.
Yeah, the way the brain works. Like that's why you see a lot of these kids who start playing instruments at a very young age and they excel super fast. It's the same thing with DJing. Like if you have these kids that are starting at a very young age, they're picking it up and they're gravitating towards it so quickly. And they're becoming better than some of the guys that, started at like 17, 16 years old. And it's just that concept of a child comprehending it better.
They're super hungry. And I actually think that's a big reason why Brandon Duke, the DJ, got as far as he did in that competition, because he went into that like, it's kind of like you going out with someone for the first time, like having your first girlfriend, and you're just like so in love, and then it's before you get your heart just ripped to shreds. You know what I'm saying? And then you're like, you got all these walls up, and you're kind of like iffy about stepping back into it. I feel like he walked into the battle like, yay, you go first,
Yeah.
Well, he's a
I'll go
kid. I
first.
mean, what has he got to lose? He still
and
has.
he took the L.
Exactly,
He
yeah.
took the L like a champ, man.
Like a champion.
He actually he grabbed the microphone and he's like thanking everybody.
Yeah.
So I like the way he took his L.
Yeah, definitely.
It was classy and it wasn't expected coming from an 11-year-old kid. He's a kid.
They
I wanna-
gave him an L?
Lost. He lost. He got
I'm
sick.
fucking with you.
You mean an L? All right.
Tell me about Motown Mondays.
Oh, Motown Mondays, super plug. Shout out to Gordo Cabeza. He started it. He's the founder in San Francisco at Madrone Art Bar. If you guys ever come through, hit me up, get you in there.
Is it something you do every week?
Every Monday, I'm a resident DJ in San Francisco. Unless I'm out of town, I'm usually always there, and I'll throw down like a set. I'm not always on the roster, but I'll just like for that night. But I'll definitely just throw down a quick set. I like to show off. But we're in like 13 cities right now. I believe we have one in the Bronx, but I'm not sure like if it's going on every week. I tried to do a pop up this week at what's the name of the place?
Mobile Mondays?
No.
Ludlow House.
Ludlow House. We're trying to work something out with them.
It was too last minute.
It was super last minute, but I wanted to do a pop up and in Brooklyn. We used to have a Brooklyn chapter. Shout to Destruct and the other cats involved. We have one in Oakland, San Jose. I think we have one in Manila, Honolulu, Seattle, Portland, San Diego, Denver, St. Louis.
So this party goes on in
Miami.
all these cities every Monday?
Every Monday.
That's amazing.
And who started these parties?
Gordo Cabeza in San Francisco, DJ Fathead.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then it's just like by DJs rolling through the party in San Francisco, they sort of
Yep.
moved it around the
Yeah,
country.
people liked what he did there, and then they asked, "How do I become a part of this? How do I bring this out in my city?" And so, he offers the brand to people and works out some business deal, and we have some rules like guidelines of how we run it, and we want those the same way. And
That's awesome.
yeah, and it's not strictly Motown; it's just Motown sound and that kind of like vibes and stuff. And it's great. We get a lot of great DJs come through. We've had Z Trip. I don't want to name drop anyone for our next big event. Spider Tech is one of my favorites. You guys ever heard of him?
I've heard of him, yeah.
Yeah, he's super dope. He's on the production and he's really good at like original samples and stuff. Tons of cats. DJ Plattern. We had Newmark in Seattle recently. Just lots of cats.
There's
Great-
so many
great party.
DJs.
Yeah, dude, I couldn't even start.
There's so many DJs. What about these hands-on edits?
Oh, that's it. Yeah, I didn't say anything about that. Hands-on edits. So I make these edits. They're called the hands-on edits, and they're just basically like records that you can't let play. Right? You have to actually be hands-on with them, and they're more for like the turntablist that wants to go out and like show off and have a little fun, like the Sandman routine. That was a hands-on edit.
So they're basically DJ tools.
They're DJ tools, but you really need to practice them at home before you take them out because you can really kill the vibe.
Well, that's
real
cool
fast.
than just like playing someone else's remix.
Yeah, it's being able to make the remix live.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's cool.
It's like driving a stick as opposed to an automatic car.
yeah,
right?
exactly.
You have to
yeah.
get
You don't have
involved.
to
That's
stay
good,
in
man. How's
first
it
gear
going?
the whole time.
Yeah, every once in a while, like I come out with a good one.
They're all available on my website, by the way, djlazyboy.net. Check them out.
Plug.
They're all
So
free.
what's the weirdest thing you've seen in New York from a tourist so far?
Oh, actually, that was for you. That question was for you. I want to know because I'm just curious. Like,
Well-
what kind of weird shit have you guys seen?
I mean, I don't know if we should say it on the air.
I just played Coochie Coop by Louis Logic, and that's the most gnarly song.
Oh, you're talking about music-wise?
No, I'm talking about anything goes. I just want to hear some weird shit.
Weird shit.
I think it's entertaining.
I think it's a tough question. There's a lot of weird shit that goes on in New York City.
Yeah.
Anything recently?
Um,
Or anything that tops everything?
that's an on-the-spot question. I'm trying to think about what's the weirdest shit that we've seen.
Well, speaking of shit, we had someone kill this bathroom during a show and clear the
Yeah.
whole room out.
Oh, I didn't smell it at all.
No,
Thank
it wasn't this
God.
show. It wasn't-
Well, they had. Well, I mean, there's weird stuff that happens every second of the day in New York City. But I thought something that was pretty cool that I saw online a couple of days ago. I think a girl was going out. I think she was supposed to have reservations to go to a restaurant for her birthday for dinner, and they got turned down or something like that. So they actually set up a table in a train car. And they had dinner in a train car with like
Really?
4 or 5 people. They just sat there and they rode the train, and they had like a folding table set up.
You saw this?
And I didn't see it, but
It was online, right?
it was online. Yeah. I saw it online, but that's like the wacky shit that happens.
That's pretty dope.
in
I
New
like
York
that.
City. And they just had dinner on the
You
train.
see what they're eating? Is it pizza from Joe's?
I don't know. But I think a funny thing that happened, speaking that, since we're on the train subject, there was a girl who played a prank on a crowded train. I think it was like the Q train It was stuck on the Manhattan Bridge. Like the Q train goes over the Manhattan Bridge back and forth from Brooklyn to Manhattan. And it was stuck on the bridge, like, you know, train traffic or whatever the case may be. And she made believe that she had, I think, a box of, like, I don't know, of bugs or something, or mice or whatever. And she said, like, oh my God, the box opened and, like, the bugs were going all over the place. I think that happened. Something like that. It happened not too long ago. And it drove the fucking train crazy. The people on the train, people almost had heart attacks.
What if you just brought a box of rats or cockroaches on the train?
That would be, I mean, there's always cockroaches on the train.
If you hear about anything like that happening, I didn't do it.
So what's up? Anything weird in San Fran go on?
Lots of stuff. Man, you know what? Actually, on a serious tip, like, I haven't seen a lot of crazy shit in the subway here. Like, in San Francisco, BART is so disgusting. It's, like, crazy. If you go to the Civic Center, you can see people in the hallways shooting up heroin and smoking crack and meth, like, every single day, all day.
Wow.
And the cops, every once in a while, they pop up and pretend like they're doing something, but they ain't doing shit. And I was really surprised at how little of anything like that I saw in the subway in New York.
Yeah, I mean, if you would have been in New York City in the 80s,
yeah,
it was probably 10 times as worse than that. I mean, the 80s were a very bad time in New York City. Riding the train was like, it was like a, not a death sentence, but you had to be really careful when you rode the train, even in broad daylight, because it was crime all over the city.
They took care of it well.
Yeah, I mean, you could thank Rudy Giuliani for that in the 90s when he was elected into office. He actually cleaned all that up.
Awesome.
And
need someone like that.
Yeah, it's just, it was like a domino effect. And the city's great now.
I love it. I'm gonna come back.
In a relationship?
What?
Are you in a relationship?
No.
No. There's a question here. Girls trying to tell their man how to live and be as a DJ.
Oh yeah. I was just hold on. Weirdest thing you've seen happen
in New York?
Yeah.
I don't get out much. I have a kid.
Okay. Last night we were walking by Central Park and we saw a camel walking down the sidewalk.
Oh, yeah, I just seen that video.
Yeah.
A camel ran out of Radio City last night.
There was like 2 or 3 camels and a donkey. Yeah. And like the camel was freaking out.
Did you see the camel's toe?
I saw all 4 of the camel's toes. All 5 of the camel. No.
Got him.
It was kind of scary. It walked right by us, and I thought I was gonna kill.
It's huge.
It was hella huge.
Yeah, it's huge.
I thought I was gonna kill this guy because it started kicking. It started freaking out. It was there for some like Christmas.
Was he
party.
just like walking like somebody had?
They ran out of Radio City music. They must have been doing something in Radio City.
They had it on a leash, and they were trying to get it into Radio City for some Christmas thing.
Okay.
But I don't know. It was the weirdest shit I've seen in New York.
Yeah, well, you go to like a country like India and you see like elephants walking down the street in broad daylight. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like from one extreme to the other.
I guess with that other question, I was about
girlfriend or wife trying to tell you how to live as a DJ.
Yeah, I don't know. I just I like seeing. Damn, this gonna sound so bad. I like seeing people fight in their relationship in public. Really? It's one of my. I mean. I don't wish them the worst. I just, when it's happening, if I was there, I'd get a kick out of it. I don't know. It's just a reminder of why I'm not in a relationship, you know? Like, I just think it's hella funny. So when I see my DJ friends going through it, I'm just like patting myself on the back, and I don't know. I think that was just a way to get into that topic, I suppose.
Yes, well, we charge to talk about stuff like that off the...
Are you guys married?
He is, I'm not.
Yes.
You got a girlfriend?
No.
Okay. He can't talk about it because he's trying to stay married. Yeah.
Well, I mean, look,
This is going in an interesting direction, this conversation.
Just weird shit that people don't really talk about probably on the show.
My wife never, had anything bad to do with my DJ career or she never would never start a fight with me if I'm out DJing.
That's good.
Yeah.
You ever have a girl that did?
Unless he wanted to leave the club because it was bad, then she
No.
would start a fight and then they'd leave.
No, I've never.
It was a joke.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure it out.
Yeah. No, I've never had any bad experiences with my wife and DJing.
She's the only person you've ever been in a relationship with?
No, but I've been in very few, maybe only 2 others.
And were you a DJ back then?
Yes. I actually met my wife. I was DJing in Las Vegas.
And now, deep thoughts.
And I met her there. She's from the neighborhood, though, but I met her there. And
Dope.
this is your interview, man. All right? It's not my interview.
So what's been the weirdest song request you've ever gotten while DJing?
Oh, shit. I don't know, man. I don't really remember that stuff. It goes in one ear and out the other.
So the stuff that you're
right
playing,
there.
like the eclectic mix that you got going, is there anywhere in New York, anywhere in San Fran that you're able to go that left?
Well, first of all, we don't call it San Fran. I just want to put that out.
Alright.
It's if you're from there, you just don't call it that. And
I'm not from
So
there.
what
I've
do-
never
what do
been
you-
there,
I'm just letting you.
and
I'm letting you
What
know.
do you call
Tell
it?
me-
What
tell me
what's
what
the
to
what's
call
the
it.
name?
San Francisco, Frisco, SF, the city,
All right.
just whatever. Just San Fran, man. If you're,
Does anybody call it Cisco?
No.
No.
So
I
San
kind of
Francisco.
like that though.
Any spots in San Francisco
That let me.
that let you rock out and play, go left field, whatever
Oh,
you want?
well, we do this party called Yo Mama. It's kind of like a sister of Motown on Mondays. We get away with playing a lot of different stuff. Normally, when people book me, I ask them what they want, and I go to their club and check it out. And if it's somewhere I think I can get away with showing off, then I do. Normally, this kind of showcasing stuff, routines, I save for when I'm DJing for a rapper. When Cool Keith comes out to San Francisco and he's not doing the Dr. Octagon gig, I'm his DJ. Shout to Cool Keith. And then some Bay Area DJs too. And recently I got the DJ for this cat J Love, who's from the East Coast, did an album with Lewis Logic called The Odd Couple. If you're into boom bap stuff, check that out. It's really dope. And I got to showcase. We did a show with Vinny Paz, Jedi Mind Tricks, and those are the kind of shows that I actually get to show off a lot. But normally I'm just playing clubs and bars, and I get away with a little bit of stuff, but I'm trying to keep the ladies
Yeah,
happy.
because in New York, it's kind of tough right now to go left like that. But there are some dope parties that go on where you could play like that.
Isn't the odd couple one of them is Big Pun's son? No, Chris Rivers.
Maybe that's a different Odd Couple. I don't know. The Odd Couple that I know, if you look them up, Lewis Logic and J Love, and they did one album together. It's pretty dope. They're both really heavy into punchline raps. And then Lewis Logic used to own an apartment in Brooklyn that he used to rent out.
So how much more time you spending here in New York?
Tomorrow I fly out tomorrow. One
Any
o'clock.
gigs coming up in San Francisco?
No. Friday I'm doing happy hour at Harlot. And then Saturday I'm doing a fundraiser for Pam the Functress. Rest in peace. I dropped one of the Coup songs tonight.
So being that you're from San Francisco, do you have a place, San Francisco by the Village People?
No.
I don't even know that song.
No?
I don't either.
You gotta stop
I'm
playing.
like the most uneducated DJ. Swear to God, I'm trying to really remember I was saying I'm trying to grow a lot.
Why do you say that you're an uneducated DJ?
Cause you just name dropped the song, right? And I had no idea.
Yeah.
Well,
Funkmaster Flex didn't know The Piano Man by Billy Joel.
Really?
Yeah. When Riz was on 5 Minutes of Funk and he was doing his routine, and he did this Piano Man routine, Flex had no idea what that song was. Who was it by or
Do
nothing?
you know what the Piano Man is?
nope.
Okay.
I probably have it on my laptop.
Billy Joel.
I'm just saying, I'm the most uneducated DJ that.
No, but
That's I mean.
you know what?
Name 5 songs, I probably won't know any of them.
We're all, every DJ comes up through certain individuals. They're mentored by certain people. They grow up listening to certain types of music. And you'll be surprised that every DJ, you'd be a little, you'd be shocked on certain like very commercialized songs, right? But you're going to pick up new songs constantly. Yep. I pick up new songs every set that a DJ plays here. Well, not every set, but a lot of sets. You're like, oh shit, I forgot about that song. Well, what is that song? So like as a DJ, you're constantly educating yourself about music.
You never stop learning.
And that's what the beauty of this platform is that a lot of DJs will go back to the Function House website and they will view other DJ sets to get educated, and there's nothing wrong with that, because when you go on and you watch another DJ, it's not that you're going to steal their mixes. You're being educated about the music that they're playing, and that's going to make you better,
exactly.
as a DJ.
Yeah.
So if you're not doing your homework and researching other DJs and what they're playing, you're not growing as a DJ.
Yeah.
Totally so agree. We're all growing every day.
Yeah.
And if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong
room.
room.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, well, I got a lot to learn, and I'm super hungry, and I want to get better. I just want to get better and better and better. That's it.
Yep. You've been DJing for how long now?
18 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like...
And you're still learning, see?
I'm still learning so much, dude. It's
so that's
crazy.
what you have to tell these young cats.
Yeah. Well,
18 years is a long time, man.
18 years is so long. Yeah. It's crazy, man. I started on vinyl before CDJs, before, like, scratching CDJs. I remember carrying crates to the gigs.
It's an awful time, right?
I gave this guy shit last night for carrying crates to the bar. What was that bar we went to last night? Yeah, Bowery.
Monday, yeah.
No, the other one afterwards. Commodore. I was giving he was doing a great job. His selection was on point. But I was giving him shit for
bringing crates.
Yeah.
Well, look, bro, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
Where'd
I get one of these hats?
We have none left.
Yeah.
I'll give you mine, though.
What? Sweat? What's in sweat, too?
No, I didn't sweat much.
Well, we've been printing up a lot of hats, and obviously we give them out all the time.
Those hats are sick. I saw one at Hill's house, and I was like, dude.
Damn, I gotta get you.
The last batch that we had, they made a little error on the hat, so we actually had 9 that we gave them back on Friday so that they could replace them.
What was the error?
They the THE were like crooked on the hat,
okay.
so. But you could have Vitale's hat.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
All right.
I'll ship you one.
We'll ship you a new one.
No disrespect.
No, of course. I wouldn't take someone's hat either. That was a test, actually.
All right. Cool.
Thanks for coming down. I really appreciate you stopping by.
Thanks for having me, man. Yep. That was fun. That was super fun. I was hella nervous, but that was fun.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
No, you did great, man. Shout out to Lazyboy.
Everyone remembers that after the set.
That's a great drop. Every time you were dropping it.
Shout out to Chris Aquila to Killa. He was my roommate, and it was recorded on tape.
Lazyboy.
Yeah.
It's good.
Shout out to Be Real who linked me with this guy.
Yeah. And then Dylan.
Show up for the set, but whatever.
Yo, he said he had a date. He had a date.
Oh, speaking of women, he went out on a date.
Yeah.
All right.
So I wasn't mad at him. He said, I have a meeting. I'm like, by meeting, do you mean date? He's like, yeah, sort of.
Swiped right.
That's it.
I'm not mad at that.
Swipe right.
All right. Well, you've said it all. Lazyboy came to the Function House. Thank you. San Francisco in the house.
Oh, shit.
Thanks
Educating
for tuning
people.
in. Peace.
Peace out.